What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Realms of Madness. This is one that I've been waiting for because the developer, Robin Vanderhorst, previously made a game called Open the Gates that was pretty simple, pretty streamlined, and still a lot of fun. If you never had a chance to play that game, it was basically a 2D side-scrolling version of a title like Stronghold. Like, the game absolutely dripped with adoration for Stronghold. There were so many things inside of it that were influenced by those old Firefly games, and I'm happy to say that the previous game was successful enough that he was able to make Realms of Madness, which is a continuation of those ideas, but made more sophisticated with more depth and more things that you can do. We had an opportunity to play a demo of this game quite a while ago, but now we have access to the 1.0. I know, a fully completed game. How often does that happen here at the Nerd Castle? This game will be going up for sale on the day that this video goes live, I think. The link to that will be down below just in case you wanted to check it out. But what we're going to do is we're going to play for the next 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or if it's just not the game for you. That's also perfectly fine. The link is down there, though. You can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there, which frankly, with no bias, I say are the best links ever constructed by man and definitely deserving of a click. But before I waste too much more time on the jibber jabber, let's go ahead and start off the campaign. I've gotten myself an hour or two into the game. That way we're not seeing the stuff from the demo, and we're just gonna dive straight on into it. Right now, if you wanted to know what the storyline of this game is, we are a knight for a kingdom that has discovered realm gates that allow us to go to other realities or other elemental planes, and we are now invading them because obviously humanity saw cool shiny stuff and we want that cool shiny stuff, and the people that have that cool shiny stuff, they're getting stabbed viciously and violently. Let's jump on into a level and see if we can be successful.
Turn your gaze to the horizon, Chevalier, and behold my fleet. A storm upon the sea. Their sails darken the sky, their hulls slice the waves. Soon, they will crash upon your ranks like the ocean's fury, and you shall be swept away like driftwood in the tide.
It could definitely be a problem because I don't even have boats yet, and so that's going to be a considerable issue, I would think. I may want to go back and respec real fast. Alright, so fully respected now, I also have boats. I was spec'd into trolls and guys that huck big stones at my enemies because it entertains me. But the first thing we have to do in any society is we've got to put down a house. This is an RTS game, however, there is no push pause. Luckily, though, I find that the battles are slow enough in this game that you don't really need push pause. You get a lot of warning in this title when the enemy's gonna be on their way over for supper. And so, like, if you manage to get caught with your pants down, I would be really surprised. So the opening salvo of building that we're gonna do, there's a number of different things down at the bottom of the screen that we need to start accumulating, otherwise we're gonna have a bad time. And so we've got wood, we've got stone, we've got food, we've got gold, we've got citizens, and we've got morale. All of these things affect the game in different ways, some of them being simple building materials and other actually changing around the effectiveness of your armies and things of that nature. But the economic simulation in this game has actually been kept very slight on purpose so that you can kind of focus on the action and focus on the battles as you go through. You can see here that I've got myself a stone cutter. They're going down here to gather off of this big rock right here. We've also got our wood cutters on this side. That way we can start to get some food together and get some goodies together to keep everybody fed. We've got a house that's going to give us more citizens, and we've got our castle. If that goes down, the game is over. You definitely do not want to lose your castle if you can help it. So for the moment, what I would like to do is we need to expand out wood production. I'm going to add 2 more workers to these buildings because every building in this game goes up to like level 3 or 4, and every single time you level it up, you get access to new technologies that make them have more workers. They get more efficient, they chop down trees faster, they produce soldiers that have higher levels of veterancy and more fun tools to play around with like crossbows, longbows, trolls, dragons, all that kind of stuff. This game definitely does have kind of a fantasy bent to it by comparison to the developer's previous game, and I actually very much prefer that. Soldiers are cool and everything, but you know what's even cooler than having like 1,000 soldiers? 1,000 soldiers that are being led by a legion of trolls and then backed up by catapults on boats with dragons swooping down on the enemy. Those things are way more awesome.
The trolls proved insufficient for Etoile Fleur. Your cunning strategy and the might of our soldiers brought them down. However, it is too early for celebration, for she has mustered a fleet of ships. They will soon arrive. We must prepare our defenses against her naval fleet. Archers can target ships, but we will need many to bring down her armada.
I mean, I've got my own boats now. I'm going to upgrade this house right here. We'll turn it into a little bit more of a McMansion than it was before. That way we can get 6 more citizens. But we will want to pay attention to our food usage. Here in the early game, food usage can be a little bit sketchy. And then on top of that, we also want... Nope, I do not want a lumber camp. No, cancel that. Absolutely not. I don't want a lumber camp right now. Okay, what I wanted was a well. So I'm going to place a couple of strategic wells around here because your buildings randomly catch on fire. It's just a thing that happens. I don't know if my citizenry just like playing with matches or they're all heavy smokers or like what the problem is, but they are constantly lighting buildings on fire. So having ourselves a fire department, a really, really good idea for this phase of the game. That's ready for upgrade, but I don't really want to upgrade that just yet. This farm right here, we're going to specialize in wheat as soon as we have gold. We don't have any gold right now, and so like I would like to specialize it in wheat, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll also put in another, we'll put in another farm over here. One of these is going to specialize in wheat, one of them is going to specialize in fruit, and then we'll finally get a pig farm once we get towards the end game scenario that we're playing around with here. But for the moment, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. What we do need to do is we need to start generating some coin. So unfortunately for the people of our society, we are going to need another house first and foremost, so we'll plop that down right there to get 6 more citizens. I could probably play, I don't have the 100 gold. From these little houses, you can raise militia, but militia are really crappy, and whenever they die, sum total, your whole society's morale goes down, and so I find that militia are like a last-ditch effort in this game. You really don't want to use them if you can help it at all. And now that we've got more workers down, do I have enough to build the treasury? Good, we'll put that right next door to this guy's house. Can you imagine how unnerving that would be, living next door to the IRS? Like your paycheck arrives in the mailbox and the IRS agent's just like peeking out from behind his blinds like, payday.
The sea is both beauty and terror, a dance of life and death. It has claimed the souls of countless fools before you. Soon, Chevalier, you will join the drowned, dragged beneath the waves by my armada, lost in the deep, forever.
Oh, we're being attacked in 6 minutes. That's not great. What does the army look like? So we've got 2 boats and a whole bunch of militia. Well, we're going to need to fly then. Like, we need to get our economy spun up. We need to get our population spun up. We need to get things where they need to go for right now. Otherwise, this is going to go really, really badly for us. The good news is we have loads and loads of building space. We have a neutral troll cave over there, which kind of sucks. These guys are totally specialized in the Navy, and they also have a fairly sizable army, just kind of in their back reserves that we're going to have to deal with. With 6 minutes on the clock, I should be able to do something over here and maybe secure the realm. But for now, it's going to cost us a lot of money, and it's going to cost us a lot of stone to do that. And so, like, let's upgrade this right here so that we have 4 stone cutters. They are going through that rock pretty quickly. But we need more stone coming on in. They're getting 50 a delivery right here. 200 a delivery would be better. The good news is when our stockpiles are completely and totally full, they stop working, so they're not going to keep chiseling away at our long-term stone supplies after our stockpiles are full, so don't panic about it too much. But yeah, we kind of need to get some stone going, and with 4 workers, I think that'll go a little bit better. I would also say, oh, we've already got like 400 gold on board. However, our citizens are kind of cranky about it right now. Let's upgrade a farm. I know that you're angry. One thing that this game does very, very well is that all of the little citizens and units and your advisors, they are constantly talking in this title and just letting you know all the things that you need to focus on. It's very, very difficult for you to be unappraised in this game. Like, you should know what's going down at any and all moments. We are going to go fruit over here, and then we're going to specialize this in fruit, I think. That should help out with our food supply. Yeah, I've got my taxes kind of high right now because I'm trying to build up enough money that I can spit out military units rapidly once things start to happen. Let's build an archery range right there. And we'll start getting some archers going, so at least we can deal some damage to somebody. And we've got to wait for the stone to come in too, but we've also got to upgrade our population a little bit. So I'm going to add some beds over here. And then do we have any more houses around that don't have the bed upgrade? Yeah, let's upgrade them real fast. And once they're all ready to go, archers don't cost that much, so we should be able to spit out a couple of stacks of archers pretty quickly without overarchingly damaging our chances at victory. But you guys need to gather stone a lot faster right now. Like, you guys need to lift that stone, make it happen. Barracks is down, and so we should be in a good position to start spitting out some units if I can get my population up. I don't have a ton of wood rattling around, but I will put down maybe another house over here, like in the farming area. I love these little roads that connect everything. It's honestly a gorgeous watercolor game. Like, the level of visual sophistication between this and the developer's last game, just utterly fantastic. And of course, right on cue, we've got ourselves a nasty fire that we've got to deal with. We are going to need some melee units. They're going to need to take the front line a little bit too while the archers hold the back line. And I think morale is just going to have to suffer for the moment. You are going to have to nitpick their formations a little bit while you're setting them up, but once you have them in a formation, they should stay in that formation if you rubber band box them and then send them forward to go fight with the enemy. I would like maybe for this army right here, I think 2 stacks of infantry, maybe 3 stacks of infantry, and like 3 stacks of archers will do it. But whether or not we'll have the resources to actually get that done before the attack arrives remains to be seen. I'll stay on top of it, and I'll keep just mashing away at it, and hopefully we get there. We've got 10 seconds until the attack lands, and I did manage to get 3 units of archers and 3 units of soldiers up just to hold the advance, and I also managed to get my archers up on a tower. That way they're not taking direct HP damage when they get attacked. Oh good, she's taunting me in stronghold fashion.
As storms rend the heavens and roots tear stone to dust, chevalier insensé, so shall I break you. Nature bends all that dares to defy her. Prepare for battle.
I'll be honest with you, yeah, let's lower taxes for right now, because we've got a morale penalty at the moment. I need that to go back up so that our soldiers fight better. And so it may be a good idea just to kind of like lower the amount of taxes we're collecting for right now, because I haven't fully diversified all of my various, there we go, no taxes. But you got to get back up to neutral morale so that we're not taking any kind of penalty. Where's the enemy attack at? Oh boy, they got a lot of guys stacked up right there. We're going to need a serious battle force to get up in this thing. The good news is there's a lot of ground that we can expand to the right, and so I may build another castle up here and just get our economy really, really humming in between the gaps of the next attack, because we should have a solid 10 minutes to relax in between the attacks. The good news is the peasants are getting here much more rapidly than the rest of the forces, and so actually just go on the offensive. Get them first. Yeah, force them to come fight with us, because they'll do like a little rally thing before they attack, and that opening right there is where we should attack these dudes before the boats even catch up, because they'll wait right here, right outside of our walls, for all of their units to gather together, and that's real, real bad for us. We are pretty highly outnumbered right now, which kind of sucks, but it does look like they're dropping. You guys retreat out of battle, stay alive, because we can recuperate these groups if they can manage to escape. And so we've got attacks going out. These guys are taking a little bit of a scuffing, but I think they can hold. We lost 1 unit of knights right there, which sucks, but that's the way it goes. You guys retreat real quick, and then just keep putting arrows on these dudes. Like, as many as you can. You know, these peasants are sturdier than they look, man. There we go. Okay, the peasants are all dead. These guys are gathered up back over here. Pay special attention. If you have your units in front of your barracks, you can stack the R key and pay a little bit of gold in order to get all their HP back. I kind of wish that this just happened naturally. This is a little bit micromanagey for me, but it works. And so, like, make sure you're healing up your soldiers. The boats are almost here, so you guys get on the tower. Yep, all of you guys get up here. And this is one thing I don't like with the way the game's foreground and background work. Sometimes you can't see the units that you actually have deployed places. Like, it happens from time to time, and you just kind of have to memorize that they're there. And, like, rubber band box around and figure it out. I'd also like to have enemy health meters like my characters have, but I haven't figured out a way to do that just yet. With 3 stacks of archers, we still haven't taken that boat down. There we go. One boat down, and our 3 archers should be able to handle them. As soon as this victory is done, we are going to go ahead and raise taxes again. Everybody's going to be a little bit cranky about it, but we get a fat morale bonus whenever we win a fight. And so, how beat up are you guys right now? You guys retreat. Well, not all of you. Jesus. Okay, well, they retreatinated a little faster than I wanted them to, but he's in front of a healing spot, so we can actually just spam healing to make them feel better. And that second boat's been knocked out, and that was your first battle inside Realms of Madness.
Ah, you have managed to calm the storm, but only for now, Chevalier Insensé. The gales shall pick up again. Nature's fury unbound by a mere mortal like you.
Moving.
Your units do get veterancy. If you see little stars on them, it makes them faster, it makes them hit harder, and I am happy to say, veterancy matters in this game. It really sincerely does. Like, veterancy, really, really solid thing to pick up. I do think we should probably start sending ships at the enemy too, but let's build up our armies a little bit more. I don't know if we have access to all these new units just yet, so taxes are back up. I am going to spend a little bit of resources for right now to upgrade my actual IRS. That way I can buy a perk over here. There's a perk on this side that makes it so that we take a lot less morale penalty for taxing people, and I would like to do that. The other thing that we're going to have to do pretty aggressively is I'd like to take this ground right here too, because I've sort of run out of places to build. And so send the army forward, and let me see the extent to which I can build stuff. So, like, can I build all the way over here? Too far from a castle. Okay, so we'll put a castle up here. That way we've got more build radius, and we can start plopping things in on this side. The other good thing about that is I can put in another quarry on this side, which should keep our stone moving pretty rapidly. What are you guys shooting at? Oh, you're shooting at trolls. Fantastic. Okay, we'll get in there and kill the trolls. I think with 6 units, we should be able to take down the trolls. We don't really have a choice right now. You retreat. You guys get in there and finish him off. Little beat up, but the trolls are down. All right, so we'll fix him up in just a minute. We've got another stone quarry on this side, which should replace this quarry once it runs out of rocks. I'll just break this, and then we'll move all the workers over to this side, basically. So let's get this thing up to the exact same level that the other quarry is at. That way there's going to be like an easy, seamless transition between those two states. You, on the other hand, you go ahead and, like, I don't even know, like maybe 5 recuperations will do it. It's kind of hard to say. Let's upgrade the house right here. We already added beds to that house, so we should be good there. Upgrade that one to level 3, because I'd like this number to be up around 20. That way I can just start stamping out units once we get a little bit further on in. I'm also going to send them up here to kill off the troll hut. That way they don't spawn any more trolls on me. Oh, that's super bad. My castle's burning like crazy far away from a well. Just put in a well over there, dude. The castle should have good HP, so it should be able to hold until the well is done. It's going to cost me a population to do that, which kind of sucks, but it's the way she goes, man. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. And unfortunately, we have another large attack coming in right now, so we're going to have to do something about that, too. Give me, like, 3 more stacks of them, and give me, like, 2 more stacks of them, because we're going to have to... This is going to be a rowdy-ass fight. And if I can get even more army guys before then, I'm going to keep stamping out units because it lets you see a preview of the enemy army that's coming, and the enemy army that's coming is pretty bad. And so, like, we got to kind of get on top of this. I would like, let's get some towers. Like, maybe a tower right here, and maybe a tower right there. Something to protect the archers a little bit. That way they're not eating so much fire. If I can upgrade them, too, we can actually give them attack speed bonuses and things of that nature. We will break this one down right here in order to get our funds back. There we go. 250 wood come back inside. These guys are gathering stone. As you fight enemies and kill them, you do accumulate chaos points. Chaos points, they will allow you in between levels to unlock new technologies. And the tech tree is fairly large, in all honesty. Like, it's not a small tech tree. We'll grab the horn real fast. That way we can rally call our soldiers to fight more effectively. So that'll be good. Like some little god powers I can play around with to sort of bolster our forces. You guys are all healed up. Just stack up over here, and I'll put you where you need to go in just a minute. And then we'll upgrade both these towers to level 2 so that we have 4 stacks of units on top of the towers ready to hold on this side. And with the money that I have remaining, I think we're going to need more melee guys, in all fairness. Like, I think melee guys are going to be the ticket here to keep us alive. Oh, I never built a granary, so you can increase people's rations and whatnot, too, to make morale go up higher. You guys get on that tower. You guys get on that tower, and then that tower right there. There we go. You guys march over here. And just a stiff front line over here to stop off the enemy. Good stuff. That'll do. That'll be all right. I think that should be sufficient. I can get a few. Oh, I've got even more units over here. Nice, dude. Yeah. Okay. I think we're playing the game now. I think we're ready to go. My dogs of war are barking and hungry. They are ready to kill. Do you guys still like mine ore even when it's empty, or do you just get like a reduced amount? Let's look. It's a heavily reduced amount. Sort of debating breaking that down, but I haven't made up my mind yet. I don't have enough money to change my tax policy just yet, but before I forget...
Listen. Do you hear the bells? They ring out for you, mon chevalier. A death knell from my armada. My ships surge forward, waves of destruction crashing down. Brace yourself, for the ocean's wrath is upon you.
I don't think it is. Like, I think your units are going to get here, and they're going to get prompt. I mean, that is a lot of guys. Wow. Okay. Yeah. A little bit terrified and uncertain for our future right now, but, like, it's the way life goes. Turn off the taxes so that morale recovers for a minute. And until they get this fire put out, we're still going to have, like, a morale malice. Hopefully they get that soon. I don't know how big their army is compared to mine, but it looks pretty big. Like, it definitely looks like they have a sizable chunk of units right there. But some of them are used up just on, like, siege engines. Wow, dude, so many soldiers. Okay, this level is definitely more intense than the last few that I played through. Fair enough. I need more beds, and I need more guys, and I need, like, more of everything. That's what I need. Morale's looking okay, but we have no money coming in right now. I am going to rally the troops, like, the second that the enemy gets here, in the hopes that maybe we'll whittle them down a little bit. We're fairly protected. The last thing we want is to fight the full force of their armies. So I'm going to see if I can bait over here.
Understood. Orders received.
They aren't baiting.
Understood.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Moving to new position.
I got enough for like another batch of archers over here.
Close.
Upgrade that to level 3 so I can get more archers. We got little ladder guys running in. My units are holding and fighting right now, but whether or not they're actually going to make it through. Yeah, inspire everyone to fight more effectively.
Nice.
All units fire on the troll. Lots and lots of veterancies happening here. As long as the ranged corps is able to stand here, I think we'll be all right. It looks like we won. Like, it looks like we took the field okay.
Ready.
And now we're just going to fall back and bait the archers. Oh, no. They're firing at my exposed archers.
Nice.
All right, you guys go in and deal with the archers. Let the guys on the tower deal with the... Oh, my God. We just got absolutely dookied on. Yep, just keep firing. Whatever you've got, let them have it.
Keep shooting. Archers attacking.
Follow them out and stay on them.
Moving.
because I'm willing to bet they're going to drop ship into wherever we're coming from. There we go. All right, that boat's down. You guys aren't attacking for some reason. You should definitely be attacking right now.
Attacking.
Okay. I think we're going to have to get a shipyard going so that we can attack the enemy that way. You guys retreat. Don't just sit there and get murdered. Tax policy is going to have to go back up.
From Etoile de Fleur has arrived, sire.
Archers ready.
My fleet! My glorious armada! Shattered by a mere gnat! The sea itself conspires against me! But Nimora, my sweet child, you will soon bloom. And when you do, your jaws shall feast on this insect's defiance.
Yeah, it kind of depends when the next attack is coming in. If the next attack comes in, like, far too soon, I think we're in trouble. But that's the way life goes. I need to get this up to a level 3 farm. That way we've got more food coming on in, because with how things are going, it has been a little bit messy. The good news is we can start stamping out units again, like right now. These guys are veterancy level 2. It sucks that we lost the rest of our armies, but I suppose that's the way life goes. How beat up are you guys? Everybody retreat, and we'll get you guys all replenished in just a second. We don't need anybody on the front lines right now because they haven't rebuilt the troll hole yet, and so just get everybody back and get everybody healed. And of course, I talked about it, but we had an important building that I never got around to building. The granary! Right now, all my people are on minimum rations, and so I need to build a granary so that I can raise their rations and offset the enormous amount of taxes that I'm collecting right now in order to raise up an army that's going to be strong enough to knock this thing over. And I think we're in a position now where the enemy's ass cheeks are laid bare before us. I don't think they have any more attacks coming. I've just been developing my economy and getting richer for a little while, and nothing bad has happened so far. I know that as I say that, a bunch of enemies are probably going to show up, and it's going to suck. But I think we have a large enough army where we can just invade right now. The downside is we've got veterans in here, so they're not going to arrive at similar times. So we'll keep them a little bit further back off the enemy's walls, and we'll see what kind of damage we can do. They've got a pretty big army. If I can attack while their army's in the backfield and wipe this tower out, we can win this fight no problem. But if we can't do that, this fight is going to get real hairy real quick. You guys stopping just outside of their range? I do wish that you had like a ring around these that told you what the range was too. We'll see if they come out. Oh, they're sallying out. Okay, these guys are feeling themselves right now. Okay. Everyone, fight more effectively. Yeah, open up on them. Take them out. If they want to meet us in the field, I respect the valor and the glory of it, but we're going to put blood on these swords, all right? I need this army to be gone, and I need it to be gone like yesterday. And the second that's done, charge their archers, get them all taken care of. We have lost some units, but we didn't lose as many as I thought I was going to lose in that fight, so I think we should be good to just steamroll and stomp here as long as the arrows don't get us. Get in there, wipe that tower out. Let's knock out some of their naval capabilities. Actually, I'm not going to focus on the buildings too much. I'm going to go get their second tower over there, and then I'll just let the dogs loose and let them chew everything up. I love how the little guys are just like, ah! In a big, they should add a little sound effect, like overlapped, little sped up Alvin the Chipmunk voices going, yeah! When they fall out of the tower. When you do that, it's very satisfying. Watching them get knocked all over the place like pool balls after you knock down their defenses. Okay, so as soon as that tower's done, it's time for us to just start marauding and pillaging, in all fairness. However, I do think I need to micromanage killing all this stuff, just due to the fact that it doesn't seem like they auto-attack enemy structures in their area just by default. I haven't figured out how to turn that on yet, but our first glorious victory in the realm of, I don't know, whatever the hell this place is. It's some kind of plant place, all right? There's probably lots of Venus flytraps and stuff around that eat human beings. It seems like that kind of environment. Now, you guys wipe out their barracks, and then we'll take out their financial center. Good stuff. And then the castle should go down shortly. And we are in there, dude. Taking care of business.
You think victory is near? How little you understand. My Nimora has grown, her petals unfurling in deadly splendor. There is but one fate for you, to be consumed. Bit by bit, your flesh dissolving in her acid, your bones ground to dust. This is your destiny, mon chevalier, as decreed by fate itself.
Woohoo! You did it, sire! Congratulations on your fantastic victory!
That just sounds like a bunch of sour graping to me. Like, I don't know, you guys are yapping a lot for your entire society being in ruins. You feel me? We got 3 progression points right there that we can play around with. That's good because I'd like the ability to repair my stuff, and I'd like to have trolls as well. I'd like to have something bigger and beefier that can be in the front lines, stopping the enemy. Ooh, we can get Ghost Knights? Oh, I should have bought Ghost Knights, dude. Ghost Knights would have been cool. I would have liked that. Oh well. The tech tree. If you wanted to see what the tech tree looks like, that's how big the tech tree is right there. It has wizards, it has meteors, it has tsunamis that'll wipe out enemy ships. You can get towers that are defended by dragons. All kinds of goodies in there. And now we're on the final level of Eden Cosmica. Let's go ahead and let it run, dude.
My lord, we may have defeated Etoile Fleur thrice, but we cannot be complacent, for she has still to reveal her most deadly servant, the Venus flytrap. It will soon be ready, and it is merciless. The previous knight we sent was slowly and painfully consumed over the course of many weeks. I'd rather not face that same fate, sire.
So I'm going to tell you what, I've taken like 3 or 4 stabs at this mission right here, and we got to hit the ground moving, because we started out with a big-ass army, and there's a reason for that. It's because the enemy is coming right this second, straight off the rip. So we need to get set up, and we actually need to fight battles before we even have an economy, and before we even have anything else going on. So I think the key here, the thing that I've had the most success with, but I kind of fumbled it, is building walls as rapidly as possible. So like if we can get 2 walls up right now, and if we can get those reinforced with a 3rd tower on top of them, because I have an add-on that I've spec'd into, we may be okay.
Victory may have danced close, but it was an illusion. Now, the end is truly here. Nimora, my lovely child, arise, show yourself to your meal, and let the feast begin. Blooming flesh, I must consume more.
A message from Etoile Fleur has arrived, sire.
Afraid? I am Nimora. I am the hunger, the bloom, the roots that will strangle you. You should be honored, Chevalier. You are the meal I have waited for centuries.
Into the tower.
So really, I feel like if I can get all my archers up on towers, and if I can isolate their ladder guys, because they have ladder guys that will allow them to capture our towers and make them their own while slaughtering all of our dudes. Kind of like engineers from the original Command and Conquer games. We do not want them to put the ladders up so that their units can get inside of our walls and towers. There's our 3 level right there. Like, we got it done. Now we just need the melee to hold long enough for the archers to pick everybody off. Now, there's a couple things working against us right now. The ladders are the biggest one, though. Like, we've got to stop the ladders from getting inside of our territory. But the other thing that's working against us is they have higher tier units than we do. We don't have anywhere to fall back to rest, heal, retreat, or anything else. So this is kind of do or die time. But I think if we can get the ladders, we'll be all right. We're going to take some serious attrition here, though, before it gets any better. Come on. Nope, don't let that one sneak around the side. Okay. Are all the ladders down? It looks like all the ladders are down. I think we're in good shape. So the towers that we have built are tier 2. It should take them a second to get through them, and that entire time they're going to be eating arrows and getting just blasted. Hopefully that's enough to whittle them down, but those mace guys in there are basically upgraded, better versions of the normal infantrymen. They have much higher armor, they take a lot more damage, and so it remains to be seen if this will be my successful try at the mission. But this one comes at you pretty hot and spicy. Give me the rallying horn. That'll actually be hugely helpful. Rally all the archers to get a damage bonus right there. And we just have to hope that that works out before the cooldown goes all the way up. I mean, it's a ugly, ugly fight we're in right now. They are wailing on this tower, dude. I'm watching that meter, like, super closely. I don't know if they'll get it down, though. Come on, dude. I need this victory. I need this. God, dude, it took me a bunch of tries to do this mission. Like, it's an aggressive mission. Like, in a lot of ways, it reminds me of the old Stronghold games where they come at you, like, hot and spicy, like, instantly in some of the later missions. Like, when it's a showdown, they're not playing around about it. Like, you've got to, like, APM God it up and make it happen, dude.
Consume. Everything must be mine to devour. Nature itself bows to me. I command it. My roots reach into the soil. My vines stretch across the land. All shall bring their offerings of flesh to feed my endless hunger.
You need a therapist is what? 35 seconds, dude! I just made it through that fight! Are you kidding me? Oh my god, at least they don't have any archers or anything. And my tower is repairing right now, so, like, let's just focus on econ and getting this thing moving. I need to get up to, like, military-grade strength about as soon as I possibly can. Like, until I can start spitting out more units, we are at the mercy of these attacks right here. I can only hope that sort of it dwindles a little bit as time goes along. You guys get off the tower. You're pretty scuffed up, and so I don't want you on the tower, but I think we can handle this fight. I think. Like, the army doesn't look that bad. It's just a bunch of melee guys that have to come melee my towers, and during that last fight, it looks like my archers got a whole bunch of veterancy and whatnot just from killing people, so hopefully it'll be okay. Let's continue focusing up. So we've already got a farm over here that's producing all of our food. What we need to do right now is we need to get a treasury up and running. That way we can get gold moving, because there is no militarism in this game without having a treasury up and running. Like, we just have to have that. Like, we've got to make some money. I'm probably going to need a secondary farm that goes up to level 2, I think. So give me a second farm right there, and we'll try to take it up to level 2 while we still have time to do it. How many guys do they have on the boats? I can't see the back boat. It looks like they're just swordsmen, though. But we've got to kill this entire army, and we've got to kill all those boats before they get to our base. And so, yeah, dude, this is a pretty aggressive one. I'm being forced to play very much under duress. Give me low taxes for right now just to get a trickle of cash coming on in. In fact, we may need to max out taxes in all fairness. Can I afford a granary right now? I cannot. I need more people before I can take a granary. All right, upgrade a house so that we have people. And then once that's good to go, I'm really hoping these guys charge before the boats arrive. They are charging before the boats arrive, and they're not shooting back, which means that it should just be free kills, I think. We'll rally the troops real fast so they're hitting harder, but they are going through this wall fairly rapidly. So until we manage to knock down a couple of them, it's not going to be good. Let's have all these guys evac out of the tower back to this line right here. Continue firing. That tower is also going down pretty rapidly. Cooldown's not up on my rally just yet. You guys get up on the tower on the castle in case this goes down, because it's looking increasingly likely like it's going to go down. Everybody off the tower so we don't lose all of our units. Let them attack what they're going to attack inside of here. That's fine. They can burn down a house. God, they're so sturdy, dude. They're not dying. Rally, everybody! With what I have on hand, Oh, dude, those are just gonna land over here. Well, it's one boat down, but the rest of them managed to disembark. It's only one squad. Let them chew on the castle for a second instead of losing units. There we go. All right, so military-wise, what can I do right now? I need 4 workers, and I could get a barracks up.
Fleur has arrived, sire.
You pathetic little insect! You dare resist? I am the most powerful, most radiant flower in all existence. You should be honored to nourish me, to feed my beauty. I will consume you all, or you will die fighting against my roots.
Do we get a breather now? Like, do I get to relax for a second? How come these 2 workers are not popping in? Oh, it's probably because they got replaced by whatever's going on over here. We've got no trees to harvest on this side, and so I may need to tear this down in order to get us where we're going. So I'm going to tear it down real fast just to get the resources, and then we'll re-lumber camp, I think, over on this side maybe, because there's a lot more wood over here. There's a lot more wood over here, like a lot more trees on that side. Let me I'm scared to look. Like, I don't want to look at their side of the field because I feel like there's going to be a big-ass army over there that's just, like, waiting on me. But, God, dude, that was intense. I had to micro like crazy to get through there. All right, so give me another level 2 over here. We've got a farm on that side that's supplying all of our food for right now. Can I do anything militaristic? I can get a barracks up and running. A barracks up and running is better than nothing. I just need units right now that can hold the line and fight. We need to start, like, accumulating guys that we can just throw at the enemy whenever this next ridiculous wave comes on. I'm also slightly considering taking that up to level 3 right now, just to get wood flowing like crazy. It's not that expensive. Go ahead and do it. And then if I know another attack's coming, I'll throw together like another couple towers over on this side to cover us. We do have 2 farms. I can upgrade a farm, I think. We got bed upgrades over here. All right, give me the bed upgrades so that we have 6 more civilians to play around with. They're chopping wood and doing their thing. We've got that all the way up to level 3, so that should be okay. Barracks is up and running right now, but until we have more civilians, there's not going to be much I can do. I've also got to get some cash flowing in. People are staying somewhat happy right now, but so with 7 workers up and running right now, God, dude, I have the jitters right now. I'm gonna save my game real quick. That way I can pick up from here if I like fumble the bag somehow and make this not work out. We do need a level 2 farm so that we can get fruit going, which will offset the medium taxes. That way I can keep money coming in without getting myself just split in half. I just don't have enough civilians right now is really what it's coming down to. We're probably going to need some upgrades over on this side too to get trees to respawn a little bit faster. They're going through them, and it looks like they're regrowing at a rate that's acceptable, but like kind of hard to say as it sits right now. Either way, I need more stone. That's almost mined out, which is super bad. We do not need to be in that position right now. But we've got a really nice quarrying area right there. Oh, Jesus. So they got 4 boats, a bunch of mace men, and a troll. Christ almighty.
At the ready.
Okay. Let me see what I can accomplish here. They're really keeping the pressure on me, aren't they? I do have room. That's not sloped terrain right there. That's perfectly flat. What you talking about? All right, we'll put you over there. And we'll get another well on that side. This hit level 2. Swap it over to fruit real fast. But yeah, this is Realms of Madness, dude. It's a wild little game. Like, it's very, very intense. The first couple levels will lull you into a little bit of feeling like, oh, dude, I can handle this. Nothing bad's going to happen. That's a lie. This thing is going to fall apart real quick once you get up into higher levels. Some of my complaints about the game, I more or less like the game entirely as an RTS fan. However, enemy targeting is very, very imprecise when you want a specific enemy unit to die before it arrives. Good luck with that. That's going to be really, really difficult. It's going to mess up your terrain, or it's going to mess up your formations, and it's just going to make your life much more difficult than it needs to be. The other thing that I found is that this font right here, it's got shading behind it. change that font out. This looks much better right here with the white with the shading. A lot of the text that has like the shadow behind it and whatnot can be very, very difficult to see, and thus like you'll be staring at it as they're doing dialogue or whatever, and it can be hard to parse in the middle of chaos and whatnot. But the font, and I think a little bit of wonkiness when it comes to selectively targeting the units you actually want to kill off, those would probably be my two main complaints about this game as of right now. But other than that, I think it's a pretty sweet little game that's got really good voice acting, really good production values, an enormous tech tree, a lot of stuff to play around with, and it comes at you definitely 100% with the viciousness that you would expect from a Stronghold game. Like, if you ever played any of the old Strongholds, it was the same thing there. The first couple levels were like a bit of a warm-up, and then once you actually get down to it, man, you're out here in the trenches and you're just going to have to figure it out, and you're going to be moving and clicking all over the place. So if you're not afraid of an RTS that's got a little bit of a difficulty curve, if you're not afraid of an RTS that's got gorgeous, good-looking graphics, just absolutely, and the biome swaps after we finish this level right here, too. We go into, like, a desert level next, and so, like, there's multiple different biomes that you fight inside of. It's got a tech tree that you can respec whenever you want, specific. In fact, you are going to have to do that. I think in a lot of cases, you're going to have to, like, respec your tech tree on purpose just to make sure that you've got the things that you need in order to properly beef with the enemy. Like, it's going to be one of those things that is going to come down the pipe as you play through. But my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today on the chopping block, we're fooling around with a little title called Realms of Madness, which I'm quite enamored with. It's a very, very charming little game. I don't know what the price point is going to be when it releases, but if it's at like $15, like I think that's where his last game was at. Let me look. Yeah, his last game was at like $12 to $15. And honestly, you're getting a lot of gameplay here, and a lot of graphical fidelity, and a lot of beauty, and a lot of great parallax, and like some really cool big visual fights and whatnot for like $12.99. I don't know if this one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but his last game was pretty similar to this, and he had it priced down at, you know, $13, which is pretty generous in my opinion. And so give it a look, Realms of Madness. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in. I think that's about all I've got for you folks, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.